Hello everyone and welcome back to today's webinar. To our today's topic is Dr. Shankaran plant subclasses. It's a newly evolved theory and I was getting many emails about this to make a video on something about the plant subclasses. So I decided to make this video on Dr. Shankaran's newly added plant subclasses. See, I'm not an expert in this subclasses right now, but I will try to just give you a glimpse and whatever I know about this subclasses till now, I will try to explain you. I'm still trying to learn this. It's not that easy so that I can explain it, but I want to give it a try as hard as possible. So let us start. So this is Dr. Rajan Shankar and we all know our favorite. So okay, so we will begin discussing with the plant kingdom divisions, the classification that we all might have known in our primary classes or secondary classes. There are two majorly subclasses, that is cryptogamy and phanerogamy. Cryptogamy are the seedless plants, which include division of bryophyta and pteridophyta. Bryophyta, they are avascular plants and didn't have xylem and phloem for conduction, and they have a stem-like, root-like, leaf-like structure, but they didn't have seed and they cannot produce seed. Then the other classification of cryptogamy is pteridophyta, which have xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem, which all have learned in our primary classes, as the xylem conduct water and minerals, and the phloem conduct food and nutrition, and it has ferns with roots, where in this category we didn't have that. And one of the major member of bryophyta is lycopodium, which comes under this category, as you can see. So or another classification is phanerogamy, the seed bearing plant. So it has the classification of gymnosperm, which has naked seed, and the angiosperm, the flowering plant. In our homeopathy science, almost 90% of remedies comes under this angiosperm, which has two classification. These angiosperms are also flowering plant. Other are not flowering plant. This is monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Monocotyledon, the seed cannot be broken into the two parts. For example, the rice, wheat, and all. And dicotyledon, the seed can be broken into two parts to equal halves, like chickpeas and all, the rajma and all, the pulses we all know. This all comes under the dicotyledon. The majority of our medicines are came from the dicotyledon. So that's all about the division. So let's go more inside it. I will start with a question. What the need of differentiating subclasses? Before is the division of these subclasses, we all know there are certain families in sensation method that we all know. There are around 30 plus around families in sensation method, but the problem with this family is that there are some families in which the sensation are quite close enough. For example, say sensation of Solanaceae and Emberifery, the sensation are very close to each other. So sometimes we have to get confused. What should be its correct sensation? For example, sensation of Anacardiaceae and Cactiaceae are quite close to each other. So we didn't found that easy to differentiate. The sensation of Labiatae and Pipereals are also quite close to each other. So it's quite difficult for us to differentiate this family, but by the evolution of just this subclasses, these six subclasses enables us to differentiate a family in more easier way. We had another filter. Without going into the directly into the family, we can divide we can differentiate in these six subclasses only. That's quite interesting and it's quite helping us in our day-to-day practice. And so let us discuss about the six subclasses that we all know. One is the Mangolidae subclass, which has the order like Piperales. The peppermint come under it. The Aristolochiaceae, the Aristolochiae remedy comes under it. The Mangoliaceae, in which many remedies, for example, say Nux moscata, camphor is also the Pepperveraceae, the opium families, and opium comes under it, and chelidonium comes under it. And Ranunculaceae, the very known family of Pulsatilla, Staphysagra, Simicifuga. So, and the Hemilidae family, which includes Hemamelis, the Phageaceae or Phageaceae order, which include Quercus is included in that. Caryophyllae, in which we have Cactaceae, the Cactus grandifolium is included in that, and this is the third subclass. And Dinnidae, which has Malvaceae, this is the order which include chocolate, Tilia is included, and Theaceae, which include I think it includes Hypericum, Thea is also included in Theaceae, Rosidae, which include Leguminosea, Malpighiaceae and Violets. The Leguminosea, we know it's the family of Baptisia, and Violets it's the family of Bryonia. The Colosines is also get included in that. Astridae, which includes Sacrofloraceae, Libiaceae, and Solanaceae. The Solanaceae is also very renowned family of Belladonna, of Stramonium, of Hyoscyamus. So these all families are there, and this all uh, subclasses help us to differentiate a family in more easier way. So that's the beauty of these subclasses. So let's go more inside into it, and what should be the key feature of every of each of the subclasses. The first subclasses is the Mangoliaceae. Uh, the Mangoliaceae subclass, which have the typical remedy we can take is the opium, of the Papaver family. So its common features is trifles aggravate, sensitive, strange, unfamiliar, addiction, confused, anesthetic. There is a sensation of raw export in his own word. I remember Dr. Mahesh Gandhi has also made a method of the called personal evolution method, in which he has differentiated this subclasses on the basis of ego. How developed is the ego? We can assume it the first subclass will have the most primitive ego. They didn't have any ego. They always want to be in the shell, be with someone, and now the ego grows up. The second subclass has more ego. The third subclass has even more ego, and this is the line where he individualizes himself. He has some ego, he has some identity, and here it has that ego that he will take care of others also. And here it's more like a leadership, it's more like an aura where he will take care of every group, the Mahesh Gandhi theory. So we'll discuss all that later further on. Then the Hemeliadae subclass, the major sensation of open and shut, window, heavy, light, flying, floating, dancing, laughing, fancies, imprisoned, allergies, and the major sensation of grey color as boring, less contact of outside. So this all is included in that. The Cryophyllae family, which have the member of Cactus grandifolium of Cactaceae family, it has the major common feature of shrink or expand, grow smaller, crushed, then released, limit one less, pressure, no space, contract, compress, and the major sensation of limit, cut off, expand or bigger. The Delidaceae family, also Bryonia alba of Violaceae family. It has a common feature of home, comfort, coziness, obstacle, barrier, in or out, or disturbed, rest want to be, but cannot rest at one place. They are so offended. And the Rosidae family, tight, squeezed, oppressed, pressure, get out, bond, stiff, domestic, aggravated room, movement ameliorate. They have the sensation like cannot move. That's why they want to move. Can't breathe. The feeling of oppression will always be there in the fifth subclass of the Rosidae. And the Aristidae, which has a Stramonium of Solanaceae family. It always be of violence, range, injury, blow, shock, attack, fear, terror. This all will be there. And this major sensation of paralyzed, violent, escape. So this This I was talking about the P method, Dr. Mahesh Gandhi P method, and how beautifully he combined Sigmund Freud's theory of ego, as we all know, how much developed is the ego, and the Eric Erikson level of development of a development of age. So here you can see here differentiated in the Eric Erikson Eric Erikson chart of ages: before life, anal stage, early childhood, school age, adolescence, young adult, late adulthood, old adulthood, and here the Sigmund Freud chart of ego before separation. In this first subclass, it is known to be a person who didn't have that much ego. It didn't have any ego, so casual, always dependent on each other. And second subclass, they will think of here and there. Their boundary hasn't built up. They wanted to do something, they wanted to get out of there, that they can't. At the third subclass, now is the struggle. It's the stage where they want to. This the stage where which a pioneer described. It's the stage where they want to come out from the womb. They can't be in that place. They come out from the womb. They can't continue over there. That's the third subclass. And now is the fourth subclass is the individual has developed, their ego has developed, so they want nutrition. They want to get nutrition from them. It's quite familiar to the third row of James Walton periodic table. And up to here, the fourth subclass, they will be a feminine stage. They want to get something out of others. They're dependent on others. And now in the fifth subclass, they are independent, but now they want to serve others. In the fifth subclass, they want to serve others up to their family. Up to their family they can serve. After that they won't. And the sixth subclass, the ego has developed to the extreme level. The ego has developed to the extreme level. So they want to serve the society. Often the feeling of leadership is very much in this sixth subclass. So one of the very well-known homeopathic physician, Dr. Michelle Yaakov from Israel, she was a true genius. Had given some charts also. So you can download it from net as well. See how beautifully this chart she has made of the of the subclasses. See here it is an information about each and every subclass. I just want to inspire you to go through it after watching my video. This all are so lengthy and hectic topic. We will discuss it some another day. I just want to give you the glimpse of it. You can take a screenshot of it, or you can download the image from the net as well. So this all I know about this subclasses. I just want to give you a glimpse. I also didn't know much about it, but many of you emailed me, so I wanted to make a video on that. So hope you like this, and this subclasses is quite useful in our practice. And so I want to show reverence to all my gurus who taught me so much. You can contact to me nishan25smilebox@gmail.com and do subscribe to my channel.